We're right into this video because of you-ish. We get an electrifying block in transition by Chet Holmgren, but before we show what happens on the other end, did you notice this? Lou Dort actually smacks this thing to keep it in bounds. Then we go the other way. Shea with space on the edge, so Josh Giddey makes high IQ reads like this all the time. He notices that his defender is wanting to help. He also knows that Chet is the better shooter. As soon as his man digs down again, he cuts, causing Jonas Valanciunas to tag him inside, leaving this guy wide open. Now this crowd is also insane. Every single person is rocking the white shirt, except for these two douchebags with all the money thinking they're number one in the front. Speaking of number one, OK calls out for one, which is an incredible play they often run for lobs. Starts with a screen for Jalen Williams, which he curls off of. This gives him the advantage as McCollum is now recovering on defense. This turns into a pick and roll now, and because of all of this movement, JV has to now help. Notice how Dort times his cut to the outside, but somehow Ingram's instincts to not follow outside breaks this up perfectly. Mark confirms for us, yeah, he didn't follow him. Pelicans call out head tap, which is a baseline cross-screen play that the Warriors always use, but massive mix-up here as Alvarado goes to set this cross-screen, but it's the wrong time. Ingram is like, what the heck are you doing, man? The ball's not even in the right spot. Now they post up Nance, and this is when the cross-screen's supposed to happen. OKC, though, they know what's going down, and they're not going to just let this switch happen, so Joe jams Ingram as he cuts through. Williams now has time to recover back. Great defense, but better offense.
Nance gives to Ingram with 5 to shoot. Ingram bottled up, he'll fade.
Want to know why the Thunder are the number one seed though? It's because of details like this. Lou Dort wide open here and calls for it. Giddey misses. Nobody's potent. All 5 actually sprint back. Look at the dog, Jalen Williams, man. He knows he can put pressure on the ball because everybody's back. This pushes CJ McCollum into Chet. And this is going to go down as a bad shot, but it's really that defensive IQ that is forcing shots like this to happen in the first place. Hold your baby and yell if you love sequences of ankle breakers. First up, Jose Alvarado on the pick and roll.
This has been physical. It has been intense. Here comes Alvarado.
Fast forward the boring parts for nice guys like Theo, and now it's your turn, Shea.
Get in that area.
Just about, but do you smell cheese? At this point of the game, the Pelicans are shooting 30% because of defense like this. Coach Dagnall signals for Hayward to go double team McCollum and get the ball out of his hands. Then he tells Hayward, recover. Then he tells Case and Wallace to stay tight, man.
Seconds. Alvarado working against Joe, showing the handle.
Jose Alvarado is not pleased. What a yo. Oh, that's just perfect. Pelicans go on a big run. All started with Jonas Valanciunas. He's so crafty down low. Gets his hands on the back of Chet. Notice how he uses his right hand here to hold Holmgren under the rim and tip it out with his right, which leads to a wide open Trey Murphy 3. I like this one even more though. On the pick and roll, Chet has to help a bit, so this is how you clear space, people. Do the dirty work early. Look how he is pushing Chet again in the back to have him underneath that hoop, then gets his hands high on the back, which makes it harder to jump, and he picks up a hockey assist on this one.
His 4th. Out to Murphy, he'll fire, splash!
Now JV on a post-up. Look at this dime that isn't going to show up on the stat sheet, but it completely breaks the Thunder defense down.
Excellent ball movement, they get it to McCollum, and he buries a triple!
Down 7, Chet finally gets a rebound, and the key to good offense is forcing closeouts, which is exactly what happens here. Chet weaves around JV, forcing the help inside. Closeout and attack, which collapses the D. Not sure how there is no foul call here. And one. Not liking the referee, but this fan had to feel pretty gooder about this one though. And one. Looking at you, ref number 24. And one. Let's go. Then we might get one of the nastiest blocks from Chet Holmgren's career. Look how he is able to help off of Nance, who is actually shooting 40% for 3 this year, but he hardly really attempts them in games.
Ingram inside, volleyball spiked by Holmgren.
Ref's like, that's off your face. The Pelicans are so smart though. On the following inbounds, once again, nobody's on Nance up top, so they use him to run a dribble handoff. Now, Nance's man has to come out of the paint to stop the shot, and
Pounded. Nance, beautiful roll to the cup.
And during the break, we get Gordon Hayward pretending he's still allowed to shoot in a basketball game. Dagnall calls out, "Do 55 stack. Stack! Watch the flare." This is actually a fake Spain pick and roll play. Usually Dort rolls and almost runs his man into Shea, who usually flares up high. Pelicans blow this play up, but Jalen Williams has other plans. OKC was getting sick and tired of being picked on down low, so they sent the big dog to spark the boys.
Valanciunas going to work against Holmgren. The tip, couple of chances he misses. And the officials say jump. Valanciunas and Williams still fighting for it between those two.
And Holmgren was able to really...
Woof, 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 woof. Yeah. Oklahoma City Thunder officially pumped up.
5 years to the day tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander inside, and he banks it in.
Then the very next defensive possession.
In attack mode and not face a loaded defense.
And this is going to be an offensive foul.
Larry Nance Jr. gets the play call 2 from the bench. This action is a thing of beauty. High post up and a double stagger, which basically means 2 staggered screens set up. Everybody expects him to use both, but...
Thunder, a 6-point lead as we come up on 5 minutes. What a cut, Murphy! Hard two-handed flush.
Now Grand Theft Alvarado tries to strike again. Look at him hide behind Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And all of this really did was force a mismatch that the Pelicans really didn't want.
Gilgeous-Alexander guarded by Alvarado. His eyes light up and he takes him to school.
Alvarado's mom. Let's get to the best part of the game. Down 3, the Pelicans run my favorite play of the night. Pelicans make it look like they're setting up for some of that double stagger action, which we just talked about, which turns into something else called a floppy play when you bring the shooter from the baseline and he goes all the way up to the top. So here McCollum goes up and he gets the screen, then a dribble handoff, then he drives. Oh my gosh, all of this leaves Herb Jones wide frickin' open. Wow.
Splash, and we are tied. Thunder, no field goals in more than 5 minutes. Gilgeous-Alexander, money on the table, and he buries it. One here, interesting. And here we go, it's McCollum. Pick and roll action, Nance. Inside, extends Holmgren, turns him back. 5th block for the rookie sensation, Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by McCollum. Chisels into the paint, flicks it up and in, and contact.
And I would be honored if you watch this video over here, because it's freaking good.